Welcome to What in the Anime, your weekly anime podcast. Now, here's your hosts in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome, everyone. And I know you heard our sweet little intro, but this is our podcast, What in the Anime, that comes out every Tuesday morning. I got Dust with me as usual, and a pretty good episode lined up. Dustin, how are you doing on this fine Monday afternoon?
Oh, not too bad. Had a decent work day and stuff. Ready to ask you some questions to make you the villain this week.
Yeah, we're not starting our recording a day late just because I decided I couldn't finish Cowboy Bebop.
Did you finish it?
Yeah, I finished most of it.
Oh my
yes.
goodness. Okay.
Yes, I had to skip a little bit, but it was a little. It's not bad. We'll get into that later. But yeah, no. Anything this weekend? Did you do anything?
Oh man, it took the kids to go see Sonic 2. Me, the wife, and the kids all went and watched it.
Well, we don't do no movie reviews, but do you like it?
Oh, I loved it.
Yeah,
When all hailed that chili dog. That chili dog moment was the best moment.
Oh, you're ruining the whole.
I stopped myself. I just said the chili dog moment. They don't know what.
Oh, good. Yeah, no, I decided to spend my weekend getting a tattoo.
Nice.
So, as if anyone knows, since I was 18, every single year I've gotten at least one tattoo. So this is a brand new year. Decided to get my tattoo. Got half my leg done on the back side of the leg there, and I got some Attack on Titan finally on me. So
yeah, see, Tyler gets one tattoo a year, and it's always like a really nice big one. I get like a few tattoos a year, and half of them are just small and kind of whatever.
Yeah, well, you just started tattooing yourself.
Yeah,
so.
It's a fun little hobby. I gave myself a power button, and I actually gave myself the logo for Iron Blooded Orphans, the Gundam series.
I can only imagine how that looks.
Not too bad, actually.
Don't believe them. So, all right, yeah, no, we got a few things planned out for today. Last week we did Dustin on the spot. This week we'll do Tyler on the spot. Sounds kind of. We need to come up with a better name than that, but
yeah,
it works.
We're only 6 episodes in. How many people really listen to us talk?
Yeah. We're gonna do another 3v3 battle. I think we're gonna start kind of rotating that out here and there, so that we can get some more variety. We'll do one more to kind of give it a little bit of a break, and then we got a review on Cowboy Bebop. So we got a little short one today. Still take us about an hour, but what do you do?
Right. So. Yeah, and then next week we'll be doing the Blue Exorcist, which I'm excited for that review. And then
I know. I have
you sneaked in Demon Slayer after that.
Yep, Demon Slayer.
The third review will be announced later this episode.
I don't even know what you have planned, so you're smiling, so it can only mean one thing. But you have any announcements or?
Yep. So we have one announcement. I just wanted to take this time to tell you guys we are going to be taking pretty much a break from Twitch. We're not getting super big into the competitive game. We need a break from that. So instead, we came up with a different idea to engage on the gaming side of things, and something that I think is a little more true to us being an anime podcast. We're going to start releasing Pokemon challenge videos. We got Pokemon emulator set up. We got some challenges. I think we're going to do a cage lock, right?
Yeah, and we can go into some other games, some anime games, but yeah, basically we got some mods. We were able to get into like X and Y and stuff like that, and got some custom Pokemon. We got some other things that we can do. We're gonna do a cage lock, Nuzlocke, whatever we want to do. We're gonna start putting those in little videos on YouTube, like maybe YouTube Shorts and then TikTok Shorts and stuff like that, and then kind of just progress from there. And it'll be kind of a cool little experience. So we got it all set up. The computer whiz Dustin over here helped figure that out. So I gotta put my cybersecurity degree to use. Yeah, did a little digging, and we got randomizers to work, and we'll probably start doing that here within the next week or two. So that'll be pretty fun. So
pay attention to our YouTube channel if you're not already subscribed or haven't already checked it out. Go there. We post all of these podcast videos up, and we're going to be doing the Pokemon videos as well, so it'll be fun.
Yeah, so.
All right. Other than that, you ready to kick off the news?
Yeah, so for today's news, We have the lead English voice actor of Rising of the Shield Hero. He was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer. So we got Billy Kometz. He has actually, if you kind of look up, they're actually doing a GoFundMe. And not saying anyone has to do it, but if you are willing to do that, they have about $100,000 goal, and they have about 84,000 already. So
and I think that article was a few days old too, so it's
yeah. So wish him all the best. Hope he gets better. He does a couple of voices that some of you guys may know, like Naofumi off of Rising of the Shield Hero. He does Rui off of Demon Slayer, so that's kind of sad.
Yeah, my wife was sad about that one. She's a weirdo and she loves Rui.
Yeah, and he does some of like the Fate Grand Order franchise and like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. So he's a pretty popular one. So if anyone can reach out, maybe try to help him out, whatever you got to do. It's kind of a sad one to lead off the news. Another one, we got Black Clover, the manga, to go on a 3-month break while the author gets ready for its final arc. So I don't know how you feel about the show ending, but I'm glad they're not continuously like eventually maybe like gonna ruin the show.
Yeah.
But I'm glad they're taking this break, make it a final good arc, and then hopefully bring back an anime or a movie that kind of seals the deal.
Yeah, I would like that if they just come back and finish off the anime, even if it is just a movie or whatever. I think it's a good idea, because you get some of those where they catch up, because Black Clover was weekly, so they caught up to the manga really flipping fast.
Yep. So I mean, it was bound to happen. And then my favorite news of the day, we get Blue Exorcist. We get the author is going to resume the manga after a 9-month hiatus. So, no more Hunter x Hunter experience and getting the same publicity that it does. It's finally coming back. It's not as popular, but if you go see Blue Exorcist, I definitely recommend it. So we're going to be doing a review on that next week, and I am stoked for it.
Oh yeah, me too. It's honestly one of my higher up there animes. It's really good. I know it caught a little flack. We'll get into that next week, but I really enjoy it, and I'm actually going to go start reading the manga now that I saw this news.
I am like this close from just purchasing all the mangas from your local bookstore, wherever you go. But bam, I'm ready to go travel and go to Bam Books a Million. Just
go to Bam, drop a couple hundred.
Every single time. Now that they're deciding to get these manga sets, and in the middle of the room they're setting out these Demon Slayer manga sets, One Piece, Fairy Tail. It's like, oh my god, what do you want me to buy?
Right.
There's a sword art one that I just every single time, but it's about $200.
Oh gosh. Yeah, I don't know if I could justify that one. I'm finishing off my Demon Slayer, and I started my Kaiju, but so far I think there's only one volume that's been out so far. All right, we ready for your questions?
Tyler on the spot. Yeah, let's see. So,
explain. All right, welcome to Tyler on the Spot, the time where I get to ask Tyler a bunch of questions. Some of them will be simple answers, some of them will be softballs, and then I got some that are going to make him look like a villain, and some that he's going to hate answering. So this will be fun.
I'm ready for it. I like turning myself into the villain, so
I'm going to look like a villain for one question, But I'll start off with a easy one. So, out of these styles of animation, which one is your favorite? 90s cell animations, CGI, or the new age style of anime? Like I'm talking about like your My Hero, Black Clover, stuff like that.
I like the new age, just because I've been spoiled with it for the last couple of years. It's hard to go back. You have me go watch all these shows, and then you have me go watch Cowboy Bebop. And then, the style animation is so different that it's like, it's not lackluster or anything, but it's definitely a lot better when you can just see all the hard work they put in the animation these days.
Oh, well, and you can't knock the old one too, because that was all hand drawn, like cell animations.
It's probably like way harder. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, there's just a part of me that will.
I understand that, because it's like, I grew up, when I first started watching anime, I started with the 90s so much that it kind of holds, like, it's very nostalgic to see that style. And I think that's why I like the 90s so much. But I would pick New Age too, just because some of those fight scenes in the new style of anime that we have these days is freaking insane.
So this is what you can do. You can go back to like when you used to play like PlayStation 1 or like all the the older graphics there, and like in your head you're like, oh my god, I used to love that game. It looks so good. Like it was the funnest game. And then 10, 15, 20 years later, you're like, oh my god, there's a copy of that game, and you try it out, and you're like, well, this is crap. Like this was not good. Like not saying the animation was crap,
No,
but
no,
like
no.
just what your eyes see and what they adapt to, it's really hard to go back to. Now, if you're older, and you're, you get into your late 30s and 40s, and sometimes you appreciate that and you don't really care for the new stuff. But
yeah, see, and I like the 90s. I don't know, I just always really enjoy it. And for me, it's more of like to see those 80s and 90s animes still hold up. Like that animation style, even though it's older, it looks better than like 90% of the crap on like Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon these days,
Yeah, and Dragon Ball is one thing I can always rewatch. Like, it's just,
and that's that style.
Storyline.
All right, let's keep this moving. So, let's see. I'll do another easy-ish one. So, what anime surprised you? Like, which one either you didn't think you'd like that you liked, or which anime had a twist in it that really surprised you?
So it took me so long to start Death Note. I did not want to start Death Note. Didn't care for it. I thought it was just kind of a book that you can write people's name in. I didn't think it had much to it. And then my girlfriend actually, she started it on her own. She bought her first manga, was Death Note. Surprised the hell out of me. And then I was like, all right, I'll watch it with you. And we binged it like 3 or 4 days, and it's one of my favorites because of that.
It's good.
So I went into it thinking it was just kind of overhyped because it was one of those animes from a long time ago, and it had, I don't know, it has a cool story that people can go off of, like, oh my god, this book that can kill anybody, and that was brought into the real world a lot, where a lot of people made fun of it, or they just used it as kind of like a tool to mess with kids. So
yep. All right, cool. So now for my favorite question, which is actually the first one that popped into my mind when I was like, what am I going to ask Tyler? And I feel bad, but this is the first one that popped into my mind. All right, so marry one, kill the other, okay?
Oh, you're not going to do that. Okay. Just marry one, kill the other?
Yep, marry one, kill the other. Your choices are Rachel from Tower of God.
One, kill the other, okay.
Or mine from Rising of the Shield Hero.
What? Oh, I'm killing Rachel.
You're killing Rachel?
Oh, I'm killing that. I'm pushing her off the edge. She gets nothing from me. Plus, I'm pretty sure she's a kid, so.
I'm pretty sure she is too.
So, I mean, you could have chosen a little bit better than that.
I could have, but I just wanted you to choose between like two of the arguably worst people in anime.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, she sucks, but at least the other one, I can at least, I don't know. But
yeah, family friendly.
Yeah, there you go. Keep going.
All right. What is your favorite side character from any anime?
I mean, is Bakugo a side character?
Yeah.
Yeah, Bakugo's my favorite character.
Okay, I kind of figured. I don't even know why I put that one in. Okay.
Well, side characters can be a lot of different things.
True. I was meaning like a secondary, like not the main protagonist. So, like for me, it's like Vegeta.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you get Bakugo, you get characters like that. So.
All right. So okay, this one you have 3 options, and depending on your choice, depends on the world you go to. Okay. You get smacked by a truck and isekai to a new world. You must choose fantasy world, realistic, or magical. What do you choose?
I guess what is the fantasy world?
Is that the one you choose? You don't get to know until you go there. You choose fantasy.
So what are they? Fantasy, realistic, and what?
Magic.
And magic. Yeah, let's do fantasy.
You went to Attack on Titan. Congratulations.
Right. I'm down for that. I mean, it only makes sense.
Your other options were realistic was High Rise Invasion.
Oh, okay.
And magical was Black Clover.
Magical's Black Clover. Okay. See, and I thought that would have been Black Clover, but I wanted to see what the fantasy. I didn't know what you meant by fantasy and which way. So
yeah.
I'm glad I'm in a world that I'm pretty much a peasant. So
you're pretty much a peasant and have to run from giant, creepy looking naked monsters.
Yeah.
All right, awesome. Favorite anime from start to finish. What anime did you love from the very beginning and loved it all the way till the end?
I First thing that popped in my head, and I know it's probably not, is just Naruto.
Yeah.
I consumed myself in that so hard the first time I watched it. So it took me a long time to actually start watching it after the tuning exams. And then like, what was it, 7-8 years ago, I think I finished I probably watched 10 episodes a day for until I was done. And I mean I watched every filler, I watched all of it, and I loved the character progression. I loved where the story went. I like how they tried to piece everything together, and just the way Naruto went. And then I even like Boruto. So the fact that it's still kind of going for me, it's just kind of growing up with your childhood.
For sure. Okay, cool. Let's see. We're running out of easy questions now. It's going to be all the weird ones here soon, but I'll do one weird one and then go back. Okay. So, what is your guilty pleasure anime and why is it Food Wars?
Food Wars, huh? I wish. I wish you got me to episode 3, and then I was so fearful that someone was gonna walk in that I was watching that that I stopped watching it. But guilty pleasure anime, I don't even have one that like I could.
You don't have one? No rom-coms or ecchi stuff that you watch that you don't tell anybody about?
No, because if anyone's gonna find out, they're just gonna look at my Crunchyroll history or my Netflix history. So, you know,
All right.
I can't be having that.
Okay. All right. Most shocking anime moment.
Oh God. Shocking anime moment.
Yep.
Probably the death of Jiraiya.
Yeah, that one sucked.
Yeah,
that was a shock and it was sad.
I'm trying to think of different ones outside of like Naruto and stuff, but from your recent question, that one popped in my head right away. So
that's what happened with me last week is you kept asking me questions and I had just finished Cowboy Bebop and that's all that kept popping in my head.
Yeah, no.
All right. Okay. You're a monster in the Promised Neverland. What child do you eat first? Norman, Emma, Ray, or Phil?
Probably Phil.
You little Phil?
He's the easiest.
Choose the 5-year-old? That's so sad.
The other ones, they have a personality.
So does he. It's sweet.
He's still so little.
Gosh, you monster. See, this is where you become the villain. You made me kill Boji. I made you kill Phil.
Yeah, but this is the thing. You turned me into a monster. I'm just going to want to eat all of them.
Yeah, true. Okay. Who is your anime waifu?
Dark Magician Girl. Does that make sense? That was quick.
That was really quick. Like you had that locked in your head. Like I knew he was going to ask this, and I already have my answer.
Yeah, no, she's the one that I like. Like I have her card. I collect that, and I don't know why, but that is the first one that popped in my head.
Well, that works. I mean, that was a lot faster answer than I gave last time. So.
Yeah, well, you tried to hide your answer. You're like,
I did.
How can I make
I was like, how can I make this not like sound weird? Okay. Well, bouncing off that one, I actually got a Yu-Gi-Oh question. So, your favorite Yu-Gi-Oh card to be your spirit monster. You know, in GX, Jaden had the little Karibo and the I don't know. I don't remember the guy's name, but he was basically the Sasuke. Had the Orijamas. Who's your little spirit monster that floats around with you when you play games?
Oh God! And just in Yu-Gi-Oh, or just
it could be anything. Just who would be your little spirit monster to float with you while you game, while you play Yu-Gi-Oh, while you play Pokemon, whoever.
Oh, I mean, if you can go into Pokemon, I'd probably choose like Mew or something like that.
Mew,
like
you just have Mew floating by you every time you're gaming.
Yeah. I think I'd choose that. If I had to choose anything from like Yu-Gi-Oh, I think Time Wizard would be kind of a cool looking dude to kind of hang around you.
Time Wizard would be pretty sweet. I'd probably go with like Baby Dragon or one of the Toon Monsters or something.
See the Toon Monsters, they're little shitheads.
Yeah, that would be a fun spirit monster, I think.
All right.
All
Next
right.
question.
If you could be in a sports anime, what sport and what position would you play?
In a sports anime, I've never seen a basketball one, so a basketball, maybe a point guard, that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah. There's
That'd
actually
be a little different.
couple of basketball animes.
Is there? Yeah. See, and I don't watch very many sports. In real life, I play volleyball and I play softball, but I don't think a softball anime would be, unless a women's softball, I guess. Maybe
Right.
there's a guilty pleasure.
Yeah, there's your guilty pleasure.
Yeah.
All right. One character must die by your hands, and they are no longer in the show after this point. Okay.
Oh, you stole this one.
Bakugo, before he is rescued after being kidnapped by the villains. So no more Bakugo after that point. Gohan, before he can become Super Saiyan 2. Or Naruto, before he is accepted by others.
Huh. Oh man, that's tough. Yeah, I'd probably say Naruto.
Ooh. Ouch. You're
Just
going to let him die a loser and all alone and no one liking him?
Well, if they didn't replay that part over and over and over again, and then when you do watch that part, you're like, oh my god, can we just get through this part already? We get it. You're alone on the swing set.
All right.
No, I can't get rid of Bakugo and Gohan. They're too near and dear.
Yeah, I tried to make that a hard one for you.
I like other characters from Naruto, like the show itself.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I like his dad's way better anyway. So if they did a story off of him, I'd be okay with that. But Gohan's probably one of my favorites in Dragon Ball. Him and Trunks, and then you got Bakugo as my favorite, my hero. So I'd have to choose that.
All right, we're down to the last two questions. Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right.
Let's go.
You have a chance to delete Gabby from Attack on Titan, but if you do, you get isekai'd into a rom-com where you're the loser best friend. Do you do it?
Loser best friend.
Yeah. One nobody wants. You're in this rom-com anime,
so
but Gabby is no longer in existence.
Where am I if I don't?
You're just in your normal day-to-day life knowing that Gabby will forever be a staple of Attack on Titan.
And I'll be the loser best friend. Do I get like a revenge story?
I'm sure you get like a revenge or redemption arc at some season, like season 3.
All right. Gabby, get the hell out of here. No awesome. More Gabby. Sasha, you can have your potatoes.
There we go. Save Sasha. I love Sasha.
Yep. I'm willing to be the loser best friend for you.
Final question. This is to decide 3 weeks from now what we will be reviewing. Are you ready?
All right.
What will we review after Demon Slayer? Ultraman or a classic anime of my choice? And this is binding. So you get to choose Ultraman or an older anime of my choice.
Oh, God, you stick me with the Cowboy Bebop and then you stick me with this crap.
Yep.
Ultraman or an anime of your choice, which
classic anime.
That's probably already given. Oh, God. I'm gonna go. I told you I will prolong Ultraman, not because I don't like it, but because I know you want to do it. I'm doing the classic.
That's rude. All right, the classic is Samurai Champloo. It's 26 episodes. It's a 4.9 rating on Crunchyroll. I watched it back in the day, and samurais, can't go wrong with samurais, right?
Okay, yeah, I'll go for it. How long is Ultraman?
19 episodes.
Oh. I gotta stay true to myself.
You're gonna stay true? You're gonna do the 26 to 19? And there's no getting out of it and skipping episodes like you did with Bebop. You have 3 weeks.
Hey, it's not that I tried skipping, it's just that I just couldn't get into it, and I also just prolonged it as long as possible.
Exactly.
I'm sorry.
He's like, I asked him every day. Have you started it? And I don't think you started till what, Sunday or Saturday?
Saturday. I think I told you Saturday. I think I started it Sunday morning. but I was on call for work, so I also got called out. So I watch while I
Excuses.
drive. So hey, we got the one Cowboy Bebop fan listening right now, and he hates me to death. So
Yeah, true. All right, well, we're done with Tyler on the spot, so let's get into our 3v3 anime battle, where we battle Pokemon style. We did a random anime character generator, and we did 6 characters, and then we picked like 1 through 6 for each other. So we don't know what each other has, but we kind of picked our fates in a way. So again, this is Pokemon style. We'll throw one out at a time. We'll describe the character and who they are a little bit, and then we'll get into fight speculation and who we think would win between the two. You ready? So me first, right?
Yeah, you get to go first. I think you're gonna take a little bit of revenge from your 0-4. So it's about time we hear something. You pull something out of your butt, and let's see what you got.
I got 2 boss characters in my opinion, but the first one, and I always start with my weakest first. I'm throwing out Asuna Yuki from Sword Art Online.
Awesome. Okay. Ooh, I got a good matchup for her.
But can I just say, like, are we using the real world Asuna, who's basically a teenager and can die, or can we please use the video game one?
You got some video game.
Okay.
Asuna.
Right. Cool. We got the Aincrad. We got the Alicization.
Yeah, she's in her prime. Because other than that, she's just a 16-year-old housewife. So
I know. That's why I'm like, if we go with that one, like, I'm dead.
Yeah, I mean, all right. So, what is Asuna?
Oh yeah, I guess I should tell people. So, if you haven't watched Sword Art Online, she is the kind of like the secondary main character behind Kirito. She's Kirito's girlfriend. She's also just this really BA swordswoman. In the Aincrad arc, she was one of the top soldiers in the faction that she was a part of. She was known as Asuna the Lightning, I think was her little nickname. Yeah. She uses like a rapier type of sword, and she does these lightning quick strikes, and that's kind of her sword art skills. Is she does these lightning fast ones, and at the end of season 1, she gains the skill to be able to do 11 strikes in like the blink of an eye. That's like her ultimate ability. So that's basically Asuna in a nutshell. There's not much else to say about her. She's one of the main characters. She's constantly saving Kirito in some way, and she's a BA with a sword.
I mean, can't go wrong with that. You don't get it mixed up. She is 16, so yep. she's a lot of fan favorites, but stay in your lane there, boys. Okay, well you got Asuna, so I'm gonna give her a little bit of competition.
Okay.
And I'm going to choose. I got Levi Ackerman.
Okay.
So I think that would be fun. I mean, clearly I think he destroys her, but he's the captain of the Survey Corps, known as the strongest soldier alive. He has a harsh and unsocial personality, but he's like well regarded by like his subordinates, that like he cares for their lives, even though like he's usually the only one that survives. But then you got Levi Ackerman. He is the member of the Ackerman clan, which is a family tree of people. Levi Ackerman is part of the Ackerman clan, which is a family tree of people who were experimented with Titan science to become superhuman beings, to serve kind of the Eldian Empire. This experimentation enhanced all their physical abilities beyond like what a normal human being is capable of. Since Levi is part of this clan, he possesses abilities, superior to humans, and what they like to call as like kind of knowing exactly what to do in the moment. So you don't really know exactly how far that goes because it is only within our universe. But he can think of plans and strategies and judgment within split seconds, without messing up. It only awakens when he is in danger or when he's in a fight. So, perfect place to do it. That's really about it. I mean,
dang. Okay, so you got Levi, and I got Asuna. But this is still
no match.
It's no match. It's not a match.
I love Asuna's character.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, she could do her sword art skill. Maybe get a poke.
I mean, that's the hard part is you can't really put sword art, skills and
No,
Levi's skills. So it's like in reality,
we watched him take on a whole gang of dudes before, where he was like zipping through the city and like just slicing people up, and they were using guns.
Yeah, and so
Asuna got her head chopped off like a titan.
Yeah,
I'm not even gonna argue that one.
Yeah. Good. So you're off to a good start already.
But the only reason I'm not going to argue is because my next one absolutely destroys Levi. Are you ready?
All right. Yeah.
So for my second anime mon, I throw out Genos from One Punch Man.
Genos. Is that the dude that like dies over and over and over again?
No, he is the cyborg who is an S-class rank hero. He doesn't die
every episode.
Not every episode. He's a little brash because, let's face it, he's a 19-year-old cyborg. He gets a little overconfident, but he is an S-class hero. He can create ginormous explosions. There's no way Levi can survive a flipping giant explosion, just one hit. Like, he could try to dodge that. He ain't dodging that. Genos has done massive explosions. So for you, those of you who don't know who Genos is, he's the cyborg in One Punch Man. He gets the hero name of Demon Cyborg. He is an S-class rank hero, and as of the show right now, he is number 14 out of all heroes. So he is the 14th strongest. Well, 15th because Saitama isn't
Levi's strongest in his, so one beats 14.
No. not in this case. Genos is going to obliterate Levi. Levi might be a little quick. Levi might be able to do some spinny moves, but you can't dodge an explosion the size of a building. Okay?
Yeah, but you can destroy titans the size of mini buildings.
Yeah, but you can't dodge explosions. He doesn't dodge explosions. He dodges this.
Nobody saw that.
I know. I forgot that a lot of you just do the audio and don't watch our video. But, those slow moving titans, you can't tell me that he can't beat that.
Yeah, I'll like I said, I'll give it to you. We'll do this every other thing because then I'm gonna beat you with explosions. So. Oh
yeah, who got?
Oh, I got the one and the only, my favorite character, Katsuki Bakugo.
I don't think his explosions are as big as Genos.
I think he still beats him.
I don't know. He's not even ranked in the top heroes of his universe.
Yeah, but so Bakugo, his quirk allows him to secrete nitroglycerin like sweat from the palms of his hands and ignite it in the command, like ignite it on his command, allowing him to create strong explosions. The more he sweats, the stronger it becomes. Katsuki, when he does overuse his power, his forearms start to ache, and that starts to become a little bit of a problem. But he has a move call that he uses, the Howitzer Impact, which his move is the strongest in his arsenal, which involves Katsuki taking it to the air and then using explosions to propel himself like a tornado. It builds up oxygen to fuel, then makes an explosion and collides with any target of his choosing. In part of the series, he obtained One for All.
That don't count.
Hey!
Does not count.
You tell me when Genos or whatever, he obtained One for All. So I've seen it. You've seen it.
I've seen it, and I'm cheating, and I am Googling all over the place this fight.
Yeah.
And no one agrees with you. It's not even a debate online. They're saying, because Genos is so much physically stronger, not just the explosion aspect, but physically stronger than Bakugo.
Yeah.
It's shown everywhere I'm saying it's not even a debate.
All right. Well, if you're on Wikipedia, then I guess.
Yeah, I'm on Wikipedia. I'm on Bulbapedia, Wikipedia, any Pedia I can. I need a win.
He's on DustinSource.com.
I need a win, and I was not gonna pass it up. I know Bakugo's your favorite, and you would like him to solo this whole match because it's Bakugo.
You guys tell me if Bakugo and Genos probably wins, but
Genos is insane.
Genos, there you go. You got to give him a fair. I think I don't know. Just
okay, I'll say he does plenty of damage because let's face it, Genos does take damage a lot. But no, there's no way he's gonna beat Genos.
This is Pokemon. He has the move Explosion. You know what that does? That takes us both out.
Self-destruct.
No. I'll give you a little bit of health. So you're kind of kicking my butt on this one.
I'll say I lose like 50% health from that fight. I'll say it's a good fight. I lose 50% of health, but Genos is just too flipping.
He's just not like even. OP. I don't know. I don't think he's OP in the fact that he almost dies every single time.
Have you seen season 2? He gets better.
I have not.
He gets way better in season 2. Yeah.
Well, yeah, because it turned from a gag anime into like a real anime.
No, it's still a gag. In season 2, season 2, they make fun of the whole trope of a tournament arc, and they have their own tournament arc.
I've seen parts of that. Yeah.
Yeah, no, they don't take it serious. It's great. I love it.
He's the comic relief. Bakugo is not. I guess Bakugo can kind of be a comic.
Oh yeah, he's comic relief. He's the one screaming in the background all the time while people are muzzling him.
Oh, I love his character. So, all right. Well, I'm gonna send out my character, and just from the word, you're gonna have to send out your last one, just because he's not even touching him. After I've already. So I got Obito Uchiha.
What's up with you getting all these Uchihas? You've had Sasuke, you've had Madara, now you have Obito.
I'm telling you, I have pictures of my generator and the ones that you did not pick and the ones that you picked just from the numbers. And Obito was your fate.
Really? Okay. So, well, that sucks. I
can explain my character, or
yeah, go for it. Just do a quick explanation. And then I'll do my next character. We'll just say Obito wins, but we'll go ahead and explain.
A quick explanation for Obito? I mean, I can try, but I mean, he's the savior of the universe, Dustin.
Okay.
Just kidding. Just kidding. All right, so Obito is a character from Naruto. He may have almost died from just a boulder. But as he gets older and as he learns from Madara, he learns various techniques. He creates like barrier ninjutsu using Uchiha flame formation to protect. He can sense chakra, of course, allowing him to predict attacks and locate others from great distances. He has all 5 basic nature transformations along with yin yang release. He has awakened the Mangekyo Sharingan after witnessing Ren's death. I know his other eye, or Kakashi's eye, did too, from that. But he can perform the Kamui, which is just a space-time ninjutsu with greater. It's a little bit greater versatility than like Minato's.
Okay.
So, Obito, he took the Rinnegan from Nagato's body after he died and implanted it in his left eye. Now, he can't use the Rinnegan as effectively because he's not the original owner, but he can still use a great amount of power from it. I mean, he was fighting, different Kages throughout the universe. He was fighting Naruto and Sasuke at the same time, kicking their ass. It basically he's capable of performing the 6-path techniques with the Rinnegan.
Okay. We know Obito's OP. So Genos is dead. So that leaves me with my final one, and it's oddly perfect that you had Obito, because my final one that I was saving for my trump card.
Is it just like Madara or something?
It's Kakashi.
Oh, you actually got it.
I got Kakashi.
Okay.
So we got the classic Obito Kakashi. So for those of you who don't know Kakashi, I'll get into it real quick. He is the leader of Team 7. He is a Jonin, former Anbu Black Ops. He is known as the copy ninja. He has the other eye to Obito from the whole boulder incident.
How do you get Kakashi?
I don't know. So I actually had like 4 Naruto characters you could have chosen, and luckily you only chose one, so this wasn't a full Naruto team. But because the other ones were Shikamaru's dad, Neji Hyuga, and Shino.
Yeah, I could have just brought a tree branch and that would have beaten Neji, so that works.
Or wait, no, wasn't Shino. I guess there's only three. Maybe there's only 3 Naruto. Anyway, so Kakashi, he's obsessed with make-out novels written by Jiraiya. He likes to poke people in the butt with 1,000 Years of Death. But he's also a BA ninja. He is OP. Like, you have Boruto now, and I feel so bad for Konohamaru because he is constantly being saved by all the kids. Kakashi, that was not the case. Kakashi was the one doing a lot of the saving. He was the one, like, in their very first arc, he was the one that fought Zabuza. Like, he is a BA.
Well, even as a kid, he was just a genius. So.
Yep. Yeah, I loved watching those background ones of him and Obito and stuff.
So I know we have Kakashi and Obito. We actually have that fight. So you can kind of say, oh, Kakashi did come out on top of that fight. But that's because there was others involved.
Yeah, I know.
So I mean, Obito has like his chakra reserves with the white Zetsu since he's equipped with his body or whatnot. He can perform several chakra techniques. I mean, he is literally the original Eye. So even if even Kakashi's Kamui, you can't really do anything to Obito in that aspect because of
I want to know though, we're using them at their peaks, right?
Yeah, but I got
because after Obito dies, like, isn't Kakashi stronger?
Yeah, but that's not Obito at his peak. Obito at his peak is just a 10 tails Jinchuriki.
Okay.
I don't know. I could honestly give you a tie, but the only reason that Kakashi beat him was just to break Madara's control.
Yeah. No, I really can't argue with this one because, like, we do have a precedence for it. So if we're like, oh, Kakashi wins just to give me a win, that just feels kind of like a cheap win.
In reality, though, I think if it was just Obito and Kakashi, full strength, you got to think in the war they were fighting, they were doing multiple things. Mm-hmm. So if it's just them on their own, I don't know if there is a winner. I don't know if Obito has that same villainous mindset.
There's a lot of factors in that.
Yeah, they're childhood friends. Kinda. I mean, Kakashi kind of just crapped on him the whole time.
Oh, you mean like Sasuke and Naruto and they're best friends, even though Shikamaru should be his best friend?
So, and I have Obito is one tattoo that I would really like something of his.
Yeah,
I'd really like to get because his character, he is one of those characters that you just you can't root for him because he's evil, but then you see his backstory and everything he went through.
Yeah.
Really, that's a whole nother segment, but
that's why apparently my wife likes Rui from Demon Slayer. So
yeah, I don't know if she can justify that. But.
I don't know if she can either. She tries.
He gives you the old talk no jutsu.
Yeah, she's gonna
and puts you on your side.
After I get done recording, I'm gonna get beaten for all the comments on her and Rui.
Yeah, but I don't know. Obito Kakashi. I in the end.
If you want to give me a tie, I'll take a tie. I will take a tie.
You can do a little Google research here, maybe throughout while you're doing this review for Cowboy Bebop. But I mean, in reality, I think everyone's gonna agree that Obito at his peak. I mean, Kakashi only has half his fucking power, or Kakashi only has half of his powers. I mean, because of Obito.
Yep.
So. But,
okay. Well. Whatever, we'll leave it up to fan decision, and we will go into our review because I'm excited for our review.
We have a couple people that can tell us what they think about the 3v3 battles and see if we're anywhere close. So,
my buddy Zach, who is I met from being an executive producer on Dynamic Duel podcast, DC vs. Marvel. He's also an executive producer, and he listens to the show, and he bags on me every week about the 3v3s because he likes to point out stuff that we got wrong and who should have won and stuff like that. I love it. It's always nice to get some feedback. It's funny. I enjoy it.
There's plenty of things we're going to be wrong on because
we're going to be wrong on a lot.
A lot of this is off the top of our heads, and we try not to get into a terribly lot of research on no, we don't know who the other person is, so
Yep.
you kind of have to come up with a fight in your head.
Yeah, on the spot, flipping, coming up with a fight, and apparently I'm not very good at it. Also, I think Tyler's cheating because he's getting Madara, he's getting Sasuke, he's getting Ryuk, he's getting Obito. I'm starting to wonder about you.
This is why I'm letting you choose your fate by choosing the characters out of the list, but
Yeah,
you can't. I mean, you can't see the list, but
I'm a very unlucky person. I'm a very unlucky person.
After the show, I sent it to him, and then there's a couple on there. There's characters that there's nothing I could even do anything with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just have bad luck, but that's fine. Next week, I think what we'll do is a Pokemon showdown. So we'll have fun with that, and maybe I can win that. Maybe the random cards will be in my favor, and I can actually win one.
Okay. Well, I like how you like giving yourself losses. I mean,
I know. Apparently, I do.
Stay true to yourself. So
hey, I'm a humble person. I'll take the loss if I feel I deserve it.
All right. Well, let's get on with this Cowboy Bebop review.
Okay, so Cowboy Bebop. First off, if anyone's going to check out now, again, rate, review us, get us out there. We want more listeners. We want more interaction. So go ahead and do that. Anyways, Cowboy Bebop, I really enjoyed this anime. This was an anime that I remember watching late at night when I was a kid. And Tyler, I don't know if you noticed this, but when that music starts playing, it is so freaking loud compared to the rest of the episode. That was when our grandpa would come out in the middle of the night and yell at me for still being up because that theme song would pop on. And I'm like, just turn it down as fast as I can.
They talk about how good the soundtrack on Cowboy Bebop is, but man, I could not figure out the volume button for that.
it was anytime some music came on, it was like you had to hurry and try to turn it down.
I'm like, stop it with the harmonicas.
Okay, so anyway, getting into the synopsis. It's a pretty straightforward show. It's about a group of space bounty hunters who jump from job to job. You start off with a crew of just Jet and Spike. Those are the two start off main characters, Spike being the primary character. But soon, I think episode 2, they add their doggo companion, a little Welsh corgi named Ein. Loved Ein. And I don't think that they never figured out that whole time that he was a data dog and he had data on him, did they?
No, there's a lot of things they didn't figure out in that show.
Yeah, and then soon after that, I think another episode 3 or 4, they get a double crossing, yet dependable in a bad situation female named Faye Valentine. She's a pretty cool character, and she's little amnesia, I guess. She doesn't remember her past life, so that's kind of her whole deal. And then a little later, they get a little girl named Edward, which is weird name for a girl, I guess. But she is a very, very techie. She is a genius when it comes to computers and hacking and stuff, and that's kind of her role. And each member of the crew has their own reasons for joining. Some of them are there to try to escape their past, try to learn who they are. Edward to try to find out where she belongs. And by the end of the series, you get a resolution to each one of their stories, which I thought was beautiful. You sometimes don't get that. A lot of times you'll get a series cuts off, especially only 26 episodes, where you might not get the conclusion to somebody's story. But they had a dedicated episode within the last 8 episodes or so of everyone's story, having a conclusion.
Okay, well, I don't know if that's a spoiler-free, or is that your spoiler-free synopsis?
Yeah, that's my spoiler-free synopsis, and that's just kind of I didn't give away what the conclusions were or anything like that, so I don't think it's really a spoiler. And my spoiler-free thoughts is, I love this anime. To me, this is one of the better 90s anime, late 90s. I think this was 98. Mm-hmm. Okay. And I just really enjoyed it.
Probably about 85 to 90% of the time, you're probably not going to get someone of the age of 23 and younger to watch this.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, the fact that we're doing a review on an older show, there's where that kind of comes in. But sometimes people, they miss these shows. They miss these kind of shows. Now, this is not I've said this to you multiple times. The show is not my cup of tea. It's really hard for me to pay attention to. So my spoiler free, I think back in the day, I probably would have gave it a really good rating. but for me to try to pay attention, it was hard. Like I said, it was hard for me to try to get into it. There's a lot of story that didn't make sense to me. I mean, it's a sci-fi western.
Yeah, heck yeah, that's what's cool about it.
With a little bit of noir or whatever, so you kind of get a couple different genres, which is cool. Like, you don't get that kind of take, but like I said, those aren't the kind of shows. You're more of kind of the spacey ships, the Gundam, the Star Wars, the stuff like that. So
yeah, I like the space adventures a lot. They're a lot of fun to me.
Yeah, so if you like Star Wars and Sam Elliott movies, you got a cartoon, and it's an anime, and it's Cowboy Bebop. So with that, there's your spoiler free. Here's your spoiler alert, and go.
All right. Again, no secret, I love this anime, and I think we're going to definitely be different on this. For me, just a little background on both of us. I started watching anime when I was like really, really little. Like, I started watching, I was born in the early 90s, we both were. And I remember watching Dragon Ball, Gundam G Fighter, Gundam Wing, Inuyasha, Yu Yu Hakusho, Cowboy Bebop. Like, I grew up on all of those shows, and that's what got me into anime. So I have a really big soft spot for those 90s animation. Tyler, he got into it a lot later than that. He got it, like, I think you got into it like after high school. Yeah, like, he used to make fun of me for loving Dragon Ball Z, and then after high school, he flippin' watched the entire series, and he's like, dude, I watched all of Dragon Ball Z. It's really good. I'm like, I flippin' hate you.
Well, the only reason I didn't care for it is because back then you could only get one episode at a time. Like, you have to catch it at the right time. So the story for all that stuff was so hard, because I remember you're trying to get me into the middle of the Majin Buu saga, and I'm like, dude, I don't know what the hell's going on. Like, I'm gonna go play Pokemon Red. Like, you can join me, or so back then I was just strictly, I think, Pokemon there for years and years and years.
Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah, and those were, I love those. I remember taking a deck of cards to school every day. And I mean, I'm not that big of a nerd, but there was a couple of us. I don't know. I had a couple of friends in every friend group, and then those ones kind of I like sticking with, just because I had a good imagination.
Go ahead and throw us both under the bus on what we used to do with Yu-Gi-Oh.
I mean, we did a couple tournaments. Oh,
there we go. Yeah.
See, we're players back in the day. Yeah. We'd get times where we would have.
Oh, no, we don't have to.
I'll go to that.
What was that? Fifth grade?
Yeah, we had like what is it? We do like a best 2 out of 3, and whoever lost had to break up with their girlfriend. So we put our life at stake.
And then the girl found out about that, and she never talked to me again.
Yeah, well, you gotta let them go if they can't handle the pressure.
It's fine. I'm married now, and I'm better off. So.
Yeah. I totally thought that's where you were going with.
No, I was just talking about the tournaments. Like, we were super nerdy into tournaments and stuff.
We did some tournaments, but that's the thing. We were like 13, 14, and there was 20-year-olds in those tournaments. Granted.
Yeah, beat the crap out of them 20-year-olds.
Yeah. So I remember there was one tournament I got like 4th and you got 5th.
Yep.
And there was a couple others where we got pretty close, but we never. I mean,
I think the highest I ever got was 3rd. I never got higher than 3rd.
Yeah. So, all right, Cowboy Bebop review.
Yeah, so Cowboy Bebop.
I understand this is like the one good thing that I do like about it is a show that is based in 2071, but it is not all about futuristic technology. Like, granted, there's space battles and they're in space, and Earth is not like the most well-built planet anymore. You have these other planets like Mars and stuff like that where people are from and where they live, and you kind of have this galaxy aspect where you can kind of travel back and forth and kind of get this, like, I don't know if anyone's played the game, like a No Man's Sky kind of thing. There's just so many different planets and so many different things, but I do like how they kept it kind of like a rusted, burnt down kind of towns, and it's kind of like a crap hole in a lot of areas, and there's a lot of there's, I don't know what the laws are in that, but there's just a lot of people that kind of disobey. So it's I don't know.
They got laws, but bounty hunters are basically the police force. Like, they have a police force, but bounty hunters are who catch all the people that skip bail and who can't be caught, all the outlaws.
Yeah, and like I said, it's a cool take. That's a sci-fi, I mean, Western. So, every time I see Space Cowboy, I just think of Kid Rock. So it really doesn't make any sense to me. But, and then I do like Faye's character. I think the fact that she's pretty much lost her memory and she has this amnesia and she owes all this debt and she has to pretty much pay it back with her life. And it's kind of cool. I don't know. I there's parts in it where like Spike talks about how like your past doesn't matter and you can't live in the past, but his whole character is just based on being kind of like
obsessed with his past.
Obsessed with his past. So it's kind of like I get it. And then Jet was pretty cool. There, it took me about 4 or 5 episodes to realize he had a robot.
Really?
I couldn't tell at the animation. So it was, like I said, I was a little lost trying to watch it. I think like I said, if back in the day, I think it would have been a really good anime. So if you get someone that is around, late 30s or whatever that just started getting into anime and you like that older style, I think Cowboy Bebop is probably for you. But other than that, like I said, I tried to rush through it. There's a lot that I missed, so I can't give my best review on it, but I could not pay attention through a lot of it. I tried, and they have good character development. They have very good characters, and I do like how the end of the show, they kind of give, I don't know if you ever watched Breaking Bad.
Nope, never seen it.
But they kind of give that Breaking Bad ending where you don't know if he dies or if he stays alive.
Yep.
So I know, I think I remember seeing when his girlfriend or whatever, when she dies, you have all the doves in the back kind of go across the screen. And then when he kind of goes down, you see the doves. And I believe you see the doves across the screen. So it kind of incense that maybe he died.
Yeah.
But I don't think he did. I don't know.
Really? I think he did.
I don't think you end a show like that without speculation. I think that's what they do. I think that's why they do it. They want you to be like, they want you to go and be like, hey, do you think this character's alive or dead? And then battle about it. So I think they left it to just maybe, I know that they did do a live action series. I know.
Did they? I wasn't sure if they did or if they were working on it.
No, they did a live action on Netflix, I believe.
Oh, really?
So yeah, I think
I wonder how bad that is.
That you'll know. I think it got mixed. I think it got higher than a lot of live action, but I think what they tried to do is they tried to prolong it to where they kind of changed a little bit of the storyline and how it works because they want to try doing a season 2.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think, what's the Vicious? I don't think they did his character very well.
Oh, okay.
So I do like how Spike and Vicious have this these fights, how do I want to say it? They have a way of making sure the fight is fair and without, I don't know, cheesing the other one really. And so they don't take advantage of each other. They give them each other's weapon of choice. They want a fair fight because they want the best to win. Yeah,
and I think they kind of have some respect because they used to be partners when they were both part of the crime syndicate and stuff. Yeah, that was probably one of my favorite parts when you see them pick each other's weapons up and you're like, oh crap, are they going to go opposite? And they just toss each other their weapons.
Yeah, so like I said, the show does it's a good show if you just want something to where you can get a lot of one-offs.
Yep.
I know that's one way you described it. They just kind of like, they have this bad guy on this planet, they have one thing happening. And so
and that's how the show and a lot of shows back then were. It was like kind of a villain of the week episode. Not all shows were like that. DBZ wasn't, Yu Yu Hakusho wasn't, but there were a lot of shows around that time that were just like they wanted an episode, so it was like a villain of the week, and you had a lot of that in this. So
yeah, no, when you told me to watch this show, and you're like, oh, it's only 26 episodes, you can get through it. I'm like, okay, well, I prolonged it. Well, then when I got on the other day and I go to Cowboy Bebop and it's like season 5, 105 episodes, I'm like, what the hell did he just get me into? And then Crunchyroll likes to do the thing where they have 5 different languages and they count it all as a second season. And so I was like, oh, thank God. I was like, there's no way I'm going to finish this. But Um, honest review, like I said, trying to put bias aside, I think like the Tyler who I am now, it's not my cup of tea. I'd give it a 3 or 4, but I think if I would have started it back in the day, I think I would have gave it an 8 or a 9.
Okay.
I don't have with how and it's just me. I can't go back to that style of animation unless it's something that I was nostalgic to.
Yeah.
So, I can go back to Pokemon, I can go back to Digimon and Yu-Gi-Oh! And Dragon Ball because I watched all those growing up. This I did not. So trying to go back to that, it was really hard for me to focus. So I can't give an honest review. You can. I've never been a fan of Cowboy Bebop, JoJo's Bizarre World stuff. Weird animations. I still haven't watched One Piece. I'll one day maybe get into it. I know the animation's better, but I've always dissed on that because of the animation. I know the story's good, but I can't bring myself to watch it. And it's not all about animation. That's not what I'm saying. But
But it's about part of it. It's part of why you enjoy a show. So I get it. Little hurt, but I get it.
Hey, I mean, you tried your best.
I did. So, okay, first off, did you watch the mushroom episode? Or was that one of the ones you missed?
I think that was one of the ones I missed.
Okay, see, that was the best episode. So, in the mushroom episode, that's where you get to see Edward and how quirky she is.
Okay.
And so everyone's starving. They're stranded on a planet. She goes out and she gets these mushrooms from a dealer on accident. And she sets them out on the table to see who would like steal and take the food that, they didn't know whose it was. Every member of the crew did.
Yeah.
Spike,
oh yeah,
Faye,
Jet.
and Jet. They all started tripping. And the whole episode, you have Jet talking to his plants. You have Spike walking in place upstairs, and he's thinking he's walking the stairway of heaven. And then you get Faye, who thinks she's drowning in the bathroom, and she's standing on the toilet trying to swim out.
Oh God. Okay. So maybe I did, but may have been one where I was driving and I'm like, what the heck am I watching? Like, what did I miss? I was like, did I just miss something? Because I have no idea what these guys are doing.
Oh, it was fantastic. That's probably one of my all-time favorite episodes. It's hilarious.
No, it is definitely one you have to pay attention to.
It is.
I feel like you can't just put it as background noise and hope to, because I kind of tried that and I would be like, okay, I don't remember a single thing that happened.
Yeah.
So,
it's definitely one you got to pay some attention to. But no, I did like that they finished everyone's stuff up. I do have that feeling for 90s animation. I still really enjoy 90s animation styles. It's what I grew up on, and I really like the cell drawn animation. And if I could ever buy a cell one day, like a good one, I totally would, but they're like $3,000.
Yeah.
That's flipping crazy. Like, I don't even spend that much on nice comic books.
Yeah, well, if you did, maybe one day, you'd sell for a couple, $10,000-$20,000, get that graded.
Right. No, they're nice. They're really cool. So I'm trying not to be biased, being someone who really enjoys those 90s animation style. And I do give it a knock in the terms of there was a lot of episodes that are episodic. So
yeah,
it's not the best for binging. It is one that it's good to watch an episode or two a week type of deal, because a lot of those episodes, they don't tie together that well. Some of them are literally just one-offs that you don't really need for the story.
This is the thing though. You have an anime that's like 30 years old that is still getting good reviews to this day. So it is a good anime. It's one that will last, but it is not for me. And I probably would have never watched this outside of this podcast. So that's where I'm biased, because I always hated Westerns growing up, just from, sorry, Grandpa, if for some odd reason you're listening to an anime podcast. If you are, you're the coolest guy I know.
Our 80-year-old grandpa listening to our podcast.
Yeah, he's like, oh, there's no way Kakashi wins. But maybe if he got into anime back in the day, Cowboy Bebop would be in his alley.
Oh yeah, it would be. He likes anything cowboys.
Oh yeah. Oh, see, I'm gonna be that grandpa one day that has Attack on Titan, Demon Slayer, Dragon Ball tattoos. They're gonna be like, what the hell? Where did this guy come from?
Yeah. Okay. So my rating, and I don't think it's going to be a surprise to you at all. I give it a 9 out of 10. I think even like basically the only reason I wouldn't give it a 10 out of 10 is the fact that there was those episodic episodes. But I'm trying to review this in the mindset of watching it in the 90s. But yeah, I'm trying to view it in the sense of thinking of it like as a 90s anime. So you can't compare it to My Hero. You can't compare it to Black Clover, Demon Slayer, because it's in a different era. It's a different animation. And to me, the animation style has held up. For 30 years, that animation, like rewatching that, it was not painful for me to watch that animation style. Like it still held up really well to me.
Well, and I'm not trying to be a mainstream, just straight. That's all I watch, because it's not.
I was just comparing the animation styles, not so much the mainstream. Because honestly, Cowboy Bebop is mainstream.
Yeah. So.
But yeah, that's why I would give it a 9 out of 10, because me viewing it as like, hey, this is the 90s. What else do I got to compare it to in the 90s? So comparing it to the other shows that were in that era in the 90s, like Yu Yu Hakusho and all those other ones, this is really well done. Like this is a really well done story in terms of how they were able to wrap them all up and in terms of animation style. Like some of the fight scenes in Cowboy Bebop are actually cleaner looking than Yu Yu Hakusho even.
No, I do like the fight scenes. I like that it's the fist on fist.
Yep.
But that one was probably I don't know, you never get these bounty hunter, and bounty hunter kind of anime back in the day where they're in space and the problem that I don't like with that is they could have done so much more. True. And I don't know, just doing 26 episodes now, I'm surprised with having a week, like a 1 week off villain. That show didn't last a lot longer.
So, yeah, it probably could have, but whatever reason they ended it.
There's no reason why they couldn't have done, kind of what like Power Rangers or like Ninja Turtles or stuff like that. Just come up. They had a whole world, planets, of different things they could have went off of. They could have went for a lot longer. And I don't know the reasoning behind that. And maybe it was some small studio back in the day. I don't know, but whatever. Okay, so
it was Sunrise Studio. That was one of the biggest ones back in the day. They're the ones who did like Gundam, and they also did like all the G.I. Joe shows and stuff like that.
Okay, so even speaking all that, if they did shows like that, they had very opportunities. So for how good of reviews it gets now, I guess I don't know exactly what it got then.
It was high back then. It was really well liked back then.
I think they could have done more with it rather than trying to just give an ending to it. But at least you do get an ending, and you can come out of the ending even though you see him. If you think he dies or he doesn't, you come out happy. You come out with a good ending. So.
Yep. So I said 9 out of 10. You said 3 or 4.
Yeah.
So
I mean, take that with a grain of salt. You can make it to where it's an 8 out of 10. My opinion.
We'll do 8.
Yeah, my opinion can't be inserted on this because it's not my style. I tried.
Yeah.
And it's not something I'll watch again. Not because I don't think it. I don't know. I think it was the wrong time for me.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah, I'm fine with dropping it my 9 down to an 8 and doing that for the rating because I also don't want me being the solo voice on it. So I'll knock it at least 1 rating for it.
Yeah, so I'm good with that.
Yeah, me too. So with that out of the way, everybody rate, review the show. We need some ratings. We haven't had any ratings or reviews yet. I would love to see some. Let us know what you think. Email us at whatintheanime.podcast at gmail.com. Also, remember, we're going to be doing those Switch videos soon. So look us up on YouTube. It is What in the Anime. Just find us on YouTube. Our cover art should be the same space one that we have for our podcast.
No, and we got Twitch videos that we'll have, we'll try to get back into Twitch once for live, but we got TikTok videos that are coming out, and I don't know, I think we'll have a lot of fun with it. But and we're getting a lot of listeners after every single episode, and we're getting a lot of re-listeners, so the people that are starting on episode 5 and 6 and they're going back and watching episode 2 and 3 and 4, and so I just want to say I appreciate that. Thank you for going back and spending your time, whether it's just to kind of get into the 3v3 fights or see what we do. We're going to get into some different segments, but this is some stuff we like to do, and just keep listening. If you have anything that you want us to talk about, just let us know and we'll go from there. So
yeah, for sure. So with that out of the way, just thank you and have a good one.
Yep. Peace out.
Thank you for listening. Don't forget to follow us on Twitch, Twitter, and Facebook at What in the Anime, and our TikTok and Instagram at whatintheanime.podcast.